not sure where that cut off. So you want a real lasting love, that forever love, that other love that you see friends, parents, and close friends of yours that you see. You're like, why can't I get this? Like, they've put you into this head spin of that energy. But the problem is, we can't continue to blame them. We've got to take accountability for allowing this push pull, and allowing this energy, low vibrational energy, repeat in our life. So you've got to take accountability here for your actions in this, for continuing to allow them. And that's what you're doing by looking within. You're like, like, what have I done? You know that it was part them, but you also know it's you. But you know that you've got to concentrate on the you, because you can't fix them or change anything they do or say. Now, because this connection has ended, obviously you're very, very stuck of thinking of them. Obviously you're thinking, I miss you, I want you. You're grieving, obviously, and that's to be expected. And that's another reason why you can't get out of this loop. You're not just there in your head or in your heart of letting go, but this isn't going to come back around. This isn't going to change. It doesn't matter how many chances you give this person. This energy isn't going to change, okay? It's time for you to continue with that looking inwards and understanding and knowing that the changes that are going to happen here are with you, with the type of people that you're attracted to. I've got a huge feeling that you're one of those people that just continuously pick broken birds because you feel like you can fix them. Like, you feel like you're the powerhouse and your love can fix them, and you can't. You can't fix other people. They have to be willing to fix themselves. And somebody that's trying to give you false promises in a future with love, marriage and all that certainly doesn't see how high value you are. And you allowing this energy, you're not seeing how high value you are. Now, you've got to get out of this loop of thinking of them, because if you don't, if you don't stop thinking about them, you're going to be stuck in this loop for quite some time, and you're not going to move, you're not going to heal, you're not going to do anything. So you've got to find a way to heal and to move on from this, because I'm telling you, it's not going to come back around, and it's not going to change. And if it by chance does come back around, it's going to end the same. And why is it going to end the same? Because you're accepting the same dry, uncommittal energy. Like, it's just not going to happen. It's not the right time. It's not the right person. As much as you love this person, which you do, I can feel the love. My heart is full of love for this person, but they're not the right person for you. You're just accepting this because you don't want to think that this person doesn't love you the same way back. You want them to love you just as much as you love them. And you want the happy ever after. You always have. But you're so focused and stuck on that that you'll allow this person to do anything. And you're just sick and tired of it. Like, honestly, you are sick and tired of it. You need to go within. You keep coming back to this energy. You're over it. You're moving on. Decision made, repetitive cycles, as I was saying. But you haven't pulled the trigger per se in doing it, because you keep coming back to this. You keep cycling back to thinking of them. And what you need to do is, when you keep doing this and you keep coming back to this cycle of thinking of them, you need to do something to distract yourself. You need to break that cycle when you're in that moment. You're like, oh shit, here I go. I'm thinking of them again. I can't do this. Change your thought pattern. Because if you don't, you're never going to repair your heart. You need to repair your heart. You need healing. And you need to build trust with somebody that's going to see how high value you are. You need to build trust with someone that's going to see how high value you are. Not this person that's going to continually break your heart, which they're doing. Now, I think you're also just afraid that they're going to move on and you're just going to be full of envy. Why would you envy someone that's full of false promises, probably has temperament issues, lies, and is false with you. Why would you be envious of any other female getting that energy, or that energy being with somebody else? Why? Ask yourself, why would you be envious of that? Why would you be envious of the fighting? Because this has caused a lot of arguments internally for yourself, and you've got trust issues. It's always one-sided. It's really poor communication, and that other person is already detached. Now, they are giving you mixed signals because they're hiding their feelings. They like this game. It's a game for them. It's a power trip, and they like it. They like to, with your emotions, and they like to be cold and detached and give you mixed signals, so they don't have to tell you and discuss or tell you their true feelings. Because if they did, they would know that it'd be all over with, obviously. When you argue and you carry on and you have all of these energies, it wouldn't surprise me if they silence you previously. So it wouldn't surprise me if you're in no contact now, which is good, because you don't want contact with someone with these type of false feelings and this trickery, this false futuring, like breadcrumbing crap. You don't want that in your life. Obviously, on the bottom after these two cards, you are very muchly hurting, and that's okay. This no contact hurts you, the no communication hurts you, but it's what you need. You need to cry, you need to address this pain and this sorrow, and the feelings of rejection, and really go within with the rejection wounds and the broken-hearted wounds and try to fix this so you can call in the right energy, because it is over. You know in your heart it is truly over, but you're trying to probably find some kind of closure, but you're not going to get the closure because they're full of shit and they're not going to tell you the truth anyway. So you've got to move on and think about yourself. Now, they might just pop up and they might snoop, but who cares? We don't care about that energy, because what we're chasing is the real deal and real love. And that starts within, and that starts with you and how you love yourself. Because if you can't love yourself, you can't love others and give others the proper love. You need to learn how to love yourself first. What they're doing right now is none of your business. What they feel, what they think is none of your business. You have to think about you, and you have to think about how you feel and how you're going to come back from this, how you're going to heal from this. This is what we need to focus on. And who wants to be filled with all of those emotions of envy if you know, who would want that energy in their life? And nobody would wish that on any other female or male energy. Like, nobody wants that. That person needs to do some serious shadow work and healing. But what we're concentrating on right now is you. So, yep, you are unraveling, and you're unraveling the truth of that this is over, that it is over. And now you've got to do the hard work to get through it. You have to unravel everything and realize that this was not all your fault, but you still got to take some accountability. You need to refresh your mind, your body, and your soul. Maybe you need to go to some kind of waterfall or some form of nature and just chill to recenter and realign. Yeah, ground from the root. You need to go into nature. If water helps you, forestry helps you, go into nature and ground. Sit with Mother Nature on your own, reground, and talk to the universe. Ask the universe to help you. Ask them for signs. If you're on the right track, allocate a sign. Ask for a certain bird or a certain colour or certain something, and to know that you're on the right track, and then watch Spirit communicate with you to tell you that you are on the right track, and they will show you those signs. Emotions and energies are emotions and energy in motion. Yeah, you're definitely in motion. Those you're definitely going round and round and round, and you're in that stage now where you know everything's unraveling and you need to sort yourself out, and you need to sort yourself out quick. Again, your mind, body and soul, your crown, your top, your knowing, your crown chakra is activating. Activating. You probably feel tingles in the top of your head, or you might get goosebumps, or you just might hear certain words on repeat. This is the universe talking to you, letting you know that they're there. They're letting you know that it's okay and that you're supported and protected during this. And they want you to talk. They want you to ask them to help you. You have to ask them to help, to come in and help. Yeah, and slow down. I understand a lot of people will get really busy to distract themselves, but don't overdo it. Because if you overdo it, then you're going to be more physically like exhausted, as well as mentally and emotionally. Now on the bottom is clear limiting beliefs. You can do this, and you don't need this person in your life. Tell yourself, I don't need this person. All I need is myself. I need to re-love myself, to draw in the right vibrational energy. My person is coming. You no longer have to accept low vibrational energies. You don't have to. No more of accepting. Let's see what no more accept. What are we not accepting anymore? Hold up. We are going to make sure these are all around the right way to start with. What are they no longer accepting? You are refusing. Oh, we're saying you need to get out of the energy of not saying no. It is up to you to start saying no. Refusing can be the healthiest answer. So you need to learn to start saying no. So get out of that energy of always just agreeing. You've got to learn to say no. Okay, emotional dependence is that your stability relied on what they wanted, on their preferences and their persistence, their presence, all that. No, you're not a solid person if you've got someone else. You're a solid person and a solid energy, and you're perfectly emotionally fine without somebody else. You do not have to be emotionally dependent on anybody. Yes, you need to draw in healthy love. You've not yet called in healthy love. In all your relationships, healthy love is not one of them. And yes, right now, this reading and what you're going through is a reality check. Sad but true. You need to focus on you and your self-love. And on the bottom, after all of that, still reality check again. So reality check is really important. This is your reality check. What do you need to surrender to? Let go of negative habits and patterns. Let go of always trying to find the broken bird. Let go of all disappointments. Yeah, there's no point holding on to somebody else's faults or somebody else's mistakes. You can only work on you. Oh, that one flipped over. Surrender to the limitless possibilities. That's right, because when you love right and you realize this is a reality check and you start self-loving and realizing how beautiful and how high value you are going to call in, oh my God, you are going to call in the perfect energy. And this is just another card on a completely different deck, but says the same thing. Let go of limiting beliefs. That was in the other deck just before. You've limited your mind to thinking that you're only worth that kind of energy, and that's not even remotely true. Not even close to being true. You got to cut that negative talk out and come back into reality and realize what a high value fucking Empress Queen that you are, and that you deserve more. So you need alone time. 100% you need to withdraw back. You need alone time. You need to relook at your dreams and where you want to go in life, what you want to do. And alone time in nature will help you ground. Put your feet in the dirt, sit in the grass, sit in water, do whatever it is to reconnect with Mother Nature and ask the universe to realign you and help you get on track. Ask them to help you get your mental and physical and emotional self back on track. Yeah, dress up, feel good, make yourself feel good in your alone time and all the rest of it. Bloody, still dress good, dress to how you feel, makes you feel good. Glow up, have a glow up. Maybe this is your glow up time, alone time and dressing up. Maybe dressing up means glow up for you. And get that closure by ending it and knowing that you are this bloody glowed up, dressed up to the nines, or not to the nines, dressed up to whatever you want, making yourself feel good and realigning with yourself so you give yourself closure, because that's the only way you're going to get it, is through yourself. And I know it's hard, and I know that you'd be struggling, and I understand that, because it is not an easy thing to do. But you've got to find that inner strength. You've got to find that inner strength that's within you, knowing. You need to find that knowing of just how beautiful you are. You need to find that knowing of that you're so high value. You know, you're probably so highly independent. You probably have your own income. You probably do shit on your own. Like, you're probably one of those really self-sufficient women. And then you just get played by one of these low vibrational energies and lose yourself, because when you love so hard and so fast that you lose yourself. Oh, whoa. God, that took forever, didn't it? Okay, rabbit energy, swan energy, shark and hummingbird. Oh, and nightingale. Okay, interesting. Rabbit. What is rabbit energy? Okay, so right now, rabbit energy. Yeah, that does have a... We'll just trying to find it, guys. I'm not familiar with the rabbit energy. All right. Yeah, okay. So this is exactly where you're sitting in right now. In the rabbit energy. Afraid of everything, overwhelmed and frozen. The rabbit loves to remind us, his friends, that someday the eagle will swoop down and eat him. He fears one day that the eagle will swoop down and eat him. He talks and talks and talks about it so loudly, in fact, that one day the eagle hears and thanks him for the great idea. Now that's telling you to watch what you put out in the universe, watch your thoughts and what you speak, because what you speak and think manifests. Now you're so afraid of everything right now and you're overwhelmed. You need to stop over explaining, and maybe you talk super fast when you do talk. So right now that's the energy that you're sitting in, and that's not good. That's not real, that's not good at all. So we've got the Swan. This is the energy that you need to get back into, because this is who you are. You're the Swan, effortless at creativity, sensitive, mystic, and elegant in your own power. And right now, you are agitated, snippy, and lacking vision. But when you're in the right energy, you're the infinite creator and power. Like, this is calling you for attention, for your soul at this time. Your soul is calling you. Your inner wisdom is waiting to be heard, and inner vision like to be revealed. So you're sitting in the fearless energy. This so scared that you don't even know how to get back to your sensitive, effortless self, but your soul is screaming out to you to get out of this rabbit energy and back into the Swan. It's like, so you need to be direct. You got to be like a shark. You've got to be directness, exposure, revealing true nature, and desire. And you need to speak your truth, because you're just circling under the surface, ready to explode. You need to let this out. You need to learn to find your voice and to stand up for yourself. Get out of this rabbit energy, back into the Swan by speaking up and being direct and knowing what you want. So the Nightingale. I think there's been a lot of energy lately of people that are so afraid to find their voice, and the universe is pushing us very hardly at the moment. Very hard. The planets are pushing us very hard to find our voice, because there's big changes coming, and if we don't get on that and start changing, we're going to be left behind, and it's going to feel like our whole world is just crumbling underneath us continuously. Yeah, exactly. You've got to be a fearless voice, speak, communicate. Exactly. It's exactly what I just said. You need to work on your throat chakra. I speak. This is telling you that you need to get out of this rabbit energy. Get out of the rabbit energy by using the shark energy, yeah? You need to be direct, and even if you've got to be a little bit savage, then so be it. You need to get back into the Swan, the creativity, and find your voice, because you've lost it. On the bottom is Elephant. You can overcome any obstacle that stands in your way. You have the brute strength, and when you're aligned properly, you can just destroy any obstacle in your way and just keep going forward. You have the strength of an elephant behind you. The universe is saying, you know, come back to your soul, come back. Your soul is crying like you're not who you used to be because of this. You need to stop, once again, in letting these people come into your life because you think you can fix them, because they're broken. You can't, you're not capable of doing that. They have to fix themselves. So Sea Serpent, we had this last night. This is about healing. This is exactly what you've also got to do. You've got the power and the strength of an elephant to knock down anything that comes your way, so you can heal. You can knock down these blocks that these beliefs that you've got that makes you think that you're not worth it or that you can't do it. You can do it. You've got the strength of the elephant, and it's screaming out for you for healing. Exactly. Butterfly, transformation. It's exactly what you need to do. You're in the midst of it. You're out of that shitty situation and now you're right in the middle and you need to become that butterfly. My voice is cracking because it's your throat chakra that you need to work on to transform into this gorgeous butterfly. 100% your throat chakra is your biggest problem. It's communication and not speaking up, not finding your voice. You're not in your shark energy or your swan energy. You're sitting in rabbit energy. Afraid of the world, afraid to love, afraid to be yourself. You need to stop that and be your authentic self because you're unique. One more card, please, Spirit. Just one more card to confirm the shark and the nightingale, please. Fish. All right. Yeah, on the bottom, mouse energy. You need to get out of that too. Stop being squeaky and soft and quiet. Get out of that energy and be that shark. Fish. What is fish? Interesting. Haven't seen this one come out in a very long time. Fish. Yeah. Okay. So you're very restless, of course. Change of focus, lost in the current. Yeah, that comes down to, what else was it? The rabbit energy, the shark energy. Not having your voice, not knowing where you're at, like you're lost. You're in that in-between, ready to transform. So that's very relevant. So you're just lost in the current of, you know, in the movement of life. But you need to adapt. Maybe you need to travel. It says travel as well. Maybe that's what you need to do. Go travel, find that waterfall, find that Mother Nature. Maybe you just need to go with the flow, follow the flow, go on a trip to ground. Maybe you just need a bit of time out to get back. You got some beautiful energy there, like the swan and the butterfly and the strength, you know, of the elephant. Like, you've got a lot of beautiful cards there. You just need to get out of that, the rabbit and the mouse energy, by finding your strength and by finding your voice. Let's see what archetype you're in. One card, please, Spirit. These cards are so hard to shuffle. Okay, maybe we've got to split the deck. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and we'll go 1, 2. All right. The empty room. Silence. You need to be in silence by yourself, with no distractions, and to find your way back into you. You might also just feel like you're in a void period, in an empty period as well. The vow. You are the vessel. You do have a lot of magic inside you. You'd be surprised just how much impact you have on the world, and just by being true and just by speaking your truth, you'd be 100% surprised on just how much impact you actually make. Okay, the vow. So we've got the vessel as well. So we'll go the vow. We'll go with the vessel because that's what come out before, and that's what I was just talking about. When in dark, future conceals what is rejected. And right now, no, that's the wrong one. Oh, I apologize, I had the wrong one. Sorry, the vessel. Trapped, being in a bubble. Right, sorry. So yeah, you do feel trapped. Sorry, I had the wrong card. You are trapped. You feel like you're in a bubble, but when you're in the right energy, you're stable, strong, and graceful. The vessel may be the most powerful archetype form on earth. It is everywhere. Cups holding liquid, stoves holding fire, our bodies hold organs, our homes hold families. Through the single act of separation, the vessel protects what contains. What nests protects the egg, saving accounts protecting our earnings. Even the plants are contained in our circular orbit. When this card appears, it is time to access what is being held together, and how is the vessel too tight, too loose, broken, empty, or full? So it's asking you to look at yourself, because you're the vessel. You're the meat suit, you're the vessel. Now what's holding you together, you need to work on. If you're too broken, if you're empty, if you're overwhelmed, you need to work on all of those things. Now we also have the river. I have so it's really asking you to go within and ask yourself, what is it that keeps pulling you back together, or what keeps pulling you apart? What is it that you need to work on that will get you back to stability? What will draw you back into oneness? The stream, the flow, and the current, exactly like the fish. So water is very important here, and flow. So when you're out of whack, you've got a torment of emotions, flooding of overwhelming. Makes sense. That's the same as the fish. Now, when you're right, you're in acceptance, grace, reflection, and forgiveness. So it's asking you here, the river is the most real you, full of deep emotions and potential, nothing to hide, nothing to judge, where you drink in the sight of your true self. So it is asking you to come back into balance with grace and forgiveness, because all these overwhelming emotions are drowning you and drowning your vessel. The vessel is you, and you're drowning in these emotions. So you need to come back and find what's making that happen, what you need to work on. Maybe it's rejection wounds, and maybe you need to bow to yourself and to the universe that you're not going to be this person anymore. Maybe you're going to vow that you're not going to take these low vibrational energies anymore. It's really important that you stay true to yourself, and I know that you're struggling, but 100% you need to be able to come back to yourself. Oh my God. Some words of wisdom. Getting lost means you've outgrown the map. Yeah. So right now you have definitely outgrown what doesn't work for you, and you're definitely starting a new map. You need to start a new journey. That door closed because it was never real. The proposals, the fakeness, it was never real, and deep down you knew it. Restlessness means aligning is overdue. Yes, we spoke about being restless. You need to reground, go to Mother Nature and realign. Staying would have cost you more than leaving could. Yeah. You need to walk, because the consequences of staying would be way worse than what you're going through now, believe it or not. Wanting more broke the pattern. Wanting more from someone that isn't capable of more. You can't get blood out of a stone. Silence proved you were never in control. Yeah, that comes down to the no contact. They were controlling you with this. They knew they had you on a string. You were never in control. They always had control of this game. What feels heavy is what you refuse to release, which is true. So if you're refusing to release this energy, refusing to release this connection, you're just going to get continuously weighed down by it. You're not going to come out of this loop that you're stuck in. Attachment made the wound deeper. You're attached by emotional dependency, not love. You're attached by the emotional dependency. You really need to work on rejection wounds, and also need to work on self-love and bringing back that beautiful Empress, strong, independent woman that you are. And always remember, you only need you. You don't need someone else to feel full. You don't need someone else to make you feel worthy. That's all within you. Alright. So we have, go about the world with curiosity and new eyes like a child would. Go out there, be silly, have fun. Don't worry about what other people think, because your silliness, your uniqueness, all of that is a part of who you are. Yeah, your perspective needs to change. You need to come back to you, to the unique, special, silly, beautiful, independent person that you are. Perspective is everything. You were destined for this. Your destiny is adventure. You need to get that adrenaline back, or that adventure back. Your destiny is adventure. Maybe you're a wanderer. Maybe you need to travel the world. Perspective. Shift your viewpoint to things with different eyes. And that's exactly where you're in between and what you need to be doing right now. Instead of going back into the old patterns, have a good look at yourself. Go deep. Find out why you keep making these same mistakes in love. Loneliness could be the key to that. Loneliness could be why you keep doing it. You don't want to be lonely. Maybe that's something you've got to reflect on. You've got to find peace with yourself and know that even if you are okay, even it's going to be okay. Even if you are alone, you're still going to be okay, because self-love, wholeness comes from within us, not from a partner. Having a partner is extra. You know, I think we're all just in that mindset that we need somebody to be whole, or to, you know, have it all. And that's not true. Some people don't need that other person. Some people are lonely, or not lonely, but independent for their whole life. Have faith in this. You know your truth. You know that you're smart. You know that this probably rings a bell. So have faith, and you know that it's true. You just don't want it to be true. And the clarity is right there. But whether or not you want to accept it and let go of this vicious cycle is up to you. You are destined for adventure. I've got a funny feeling you might be just one of those people that like to travel. Maybe that's what makes you happy. Four walls might not make you happy. Thank you, Spirit. Harmony. Yeah, you need to seek balance. You need to find that inner harmony and that inner clarity, which you're working on, because you're working on your intuition and self-love. You know you've got to come back into you and into one. You know you don't have to have what the world tells you to have. You know, you don't have to have what society deems you to be complete. You do you. You do you in your unique way. And I think you'll find that a lot of people would be in admiration to see you in your power and you doing life in your own unique way, a way that society probably doesn't look upon kindly or doesn't look on as the norm per se. But you do you. You've got this. So let's wrap it up with some dates, birth dates, important dates, and possible horoscopes, and then we'll get some charms and we'll wrap it up. Whoa. So we got the 2nd of the 3rd, 3rd of the 2nd, 2nd of the 7th, 7th of the 2nd, 3rd of the 7th, 7th of the 3rd, 2, 3, 7. We have 10th of the 11th or 11th of the 10th, 10, 11, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 7 and 2. We have 5. We have 2, 12, 10, 8 and 20. We have Aquarius, Virgo and Pisces. Interesting. All right, let's see if we can find some initials or signs that might call you into you. Ooh, a lot of initials. Duck. Maybe you like ducks or you're just seeing a duck. Duck for intuition. Follow your intuition. Maybe you're going to see a duck. Okay, we all got initials here. So D, J. I wish I could show you these closer. G, I, M, Q, V, and R. All right, guys, best of luck. And just remember, be your individual you. You'll be loved by yourself. You'll be loved by you because you're being true to you. You won't be sad. You will be happy. Remember, get out into that nature and reground. You really need to realign. So make that a focus first too, is to realign.